The mentality that it takes for a responsible adult to stand in the box of a president is very important. And I will deliver you an example of a mindset of a man who saw that everybody was inclusive. Bill Clinton's outrageous and irresponsible performance on MTV was just the beginning of the problem. Once in office, Clinton unilaterally disarmed America in its war against DRUGS. In February of 1993, he cut 83% of the staff at the Office of the National DRUG Policy. When Clinton's Surgeon General Joycelyn Elders stated in a December of 1993 speech that Americans' crime rate would subside if drugs were legalized. Clinton stood by her. His Attorney General Janet Reno announced a plan to reduce mandatory sentences for drug trafficking. And that was okay with Bill. Reduce mandatory sentences. Another troubling part of the equation is that Bill has long had cozy relationships with people that are known to be involved in organized crime and the drug trade. Interesting, isn't it? You do know that that's like lobbyists. So this all elevated through the Obama. What was Obama capable of? To go to your ghettos and to pass out needles. That'd be California. Because the more you're on it, the less likely you are to vote against them. It's not a good thing to hand out needles. It's a bad thing. So what they do instead is they throw money at the problem instead of actually handling the problem, because a drug addict is extremely impossible to deal with. And that's why Newsom's the governor. Because all he does is smile in their faces and then throw a needle at it. And it almost looks like a needle that you would put that has Botox in it. You might want to consider that's a form of addiction. So now we've got another thing on Mona Van, which is addicted to drugs. So is Heather Lamusa, and so is every woman out there. It's that it's a long-lasting effect of a drug in someone's face. What do you have to say about that? Oh, aren't you a doctor? The problem with this is that the mentality of Bill Clinton associated to his own experience with marijuana to not understand that it is the gateway drug. But it's not the plant itself, it's the person that's the problem, and the marketing scandalism that comes along with it, along with Hollywood and the Middle East. The Middle East would be what? It would be the psychosis associated to that thing. You might want to consider that your own Democrat government is feeding in the fentanyl to lower the population because they can't handle the diabolical behavior and the nature that they created in you. And so they're hoping that you're going to vote for them so that they then can off you with their fentanyl crisis or their big pharma. Coincidentally, Mona Van's big pharma. How interesting that you chose your fake degree to be pharmacy, yet we've never heard you say anything about the side effects, the lasting effects, the health concerns, health issue. You never talk about the body itself. You talk about pie in the sky. What organ is associated to diabetes? The pancreas, insulin production, sugars. She doesn't even know that. Doesn't talk about any form of what could help somebody. Only waves around her doctorate, her boyfriend, her clothing. Do you think that's an addiction to something? Addiction to fame, addiction to attention, addiction to being looked at as a queen. Who's going to Fly Fish Club to go take a look at Mona Van's addicted face? While Gary Vee stands there with a smile and acts like that's his fiance. What a great event that's going to be, Gary V. More and more information here with Iran and Pakistan. Ooh, look at this. Polygroup is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Chinese Communist government, long known to our government as a supplier of guns, missiles, tanks, jets, and even nuclear weapons technology to such unstable third world countries, such as Iran. So she's proud to be from a third world country. Pakistan, Obama. At that very time, Wang was meeting with Clinton at the White House in 96. The U.S. government was engaged in a heated war of words over Chinese arms sales around the world. You go ahead and say what you need to say, but you won't say shit. You'll just post another piece of content that's disgraceful, disruptive, and the list of jealousy issues that I posted on earlier in the video while you attempt to get to community guidelines my shit so that you will again be in another fucking coup of a cover-up. You are a pathetic woman with nothing to offer, girl. Iran is a third world country, and you're trying to make yourself a queen when Iran doesn't have queens. You might want to get your head checked, Gary V. There's no way in hell anyone would like that shit unless you're going for something in your business. Now, you mind your own fucking business, and I'll be over here exposing all of you for your nasty nonsense while you parade her around at your opening of Fly Fish Club while Capone stands there with his gun out and says, I'm really nice. Grow some. Fucking pathetic ass men. Pathetic ass shit. I cannot believe that you would allow Indians in New York City. I know Indians out of New York City too. I know Chinamen out of San Francisco and Chinamen who were in New York City. You are not going to steal my American culture and replace it with that third world nasty communism garbage. Do you fucking hear me? That is what Kamala Harris is fighting for, is so that Monavon can shame all of you. That's her words of democracy. Just say no. But Gary doesn't have the capacity to have kind candor, so he won't say no. He'll just talk his way out of it. Reminding you that the 95 highway runs all the way north from Florida. And there's a lot of other highways that run all the way up California, all the way through Texas. Because in America, we have a road system that's assisted us in moving goods and services up and south and north. All organized crime is what we're watching with influencers. Big Pharma, promoting an electric car, Monavon, traveling to Qatar, going to the U.S. Open, going to Paris again, fashion shows, Miami, all the worst places that you could ever go in this fucking country. And there you are with your fiance posing with more people just like yourself, like Legance, reminding you that who walked the runway. What low-level human being walked the runway at the Coach show that Monavon was promoting? That would be Eggplant Emhoff's daughter. Laundered, meeting with Clinton by Charlie Try, who also laundered $640,000 in donations to the Clinton Whitewater Paula Jones Legal Defense Fund. Clinton claims he had no idea that Wang was a highly placed communist arms merchant. Oh my gosh, look at all this corruption that started during the Clinton era. So if he could sit there and look at your face and lie, and we have facts and proofs that he's guilty, do you think somebody else like Monavon and Gary Vee would do the same? Oh, yeah. Yeah.